वेलकम बैक टू माय लेक्चर। आज का जो टॉपिक हम लोग के पास है दैट इज नथिंग बट द फैक्टर्स अफेक्टिंग rate of reaction. Okay, the first thing that we need to understand before starting with this topic is what is rate of reaction. Whenever the word comes rate of, it means time taken to do something, right? हम लोग ने फिजिक्स में 9th स्टैंडर्ड में बहुत सीखा था, राइट? रेट ऑफ डूइंग वर्क पावर हो जाता है, एंड देन रेट ऑफ चेंज इन वेलोसिटी दैट्स एक्सेलरेशन, right? So जब भी rate of ये word आ जाता है, so time comes into the picture, right? So when you talk about factors affecting rate of reaction, it means that what are all those factors which affect the time taken for a particular chemical reaction to take place. ठीक है, तो कोई chemical reaction कितना फास्ट होगा या कितना स्लो होगा, ये कौन से फैक्टर्स डिटरमाइन करते हैं, ये सभी चीज हम लोग इस आज के लेक्चर में देखेंगे। ठीक है, और साथ में हम लोग आज ऑक्सीडेशन, रिडक्शन एंड रिडॉक्स रिएक्शन ये देखेंगे। जब इतना हम लोग का टॉपिक कंप्लीट हो जाएगा, देन वी विल से दैट वी आर डन फॉर टुडे। ओके, आगे देखते हैं अभी। So what will happen is, so what are all the factors which are responsible for affecting rate of reaction? The first thing is particle size of the reactant. Okay, so now the smaller the size of the particle, the more the surface area will be exposed for chemical reaction. अगर पार्टिकल जितने छोटे रहेंगे उतना सरफेस एरिया ज्यादा रहेगा, एंड ज्यादा सरफेस एरिया होने की वजह से रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन क्या हो जाता है, बढ़ जाता है। So the smaller the size of the particle, the more the rate of reaction will be. And therefore, अगर आप लोग दो टाइप के शुगर्स को ले लेते हो, अगर आप फाइन क्या बोलते हैं फाइन पाउडर्ड शुगर लोगे, और एंड ऑन दी अदर हैंड अगर आप लोग शुगर के लम्प्स लेते हो, खड़ी शक्कर हम लोग उसको कहते हैं, तो दोनों को पानी के अंदर, अगर दोनों को सेपरेट बीकर के अंदर डाल दोगे जिसके अंदर पानी है, सेम अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर विद सेम टेम्परेचर, तो आप क्या देखोगे कि जो पाउडर वाला जो शुगर है वो जल्दी मिक्स हो जाता है एज कम्पेयर टू जो लंप है शुगर का, जो खड़ी शक्कर है, दैट विल बी dissolving at a slower rate. Why is it so? Because when you talk about the lump of sugar, अब lump of sugar की बात करते हैं तो इसके अंदर मैक्सिमम जो पार्टिकल्स है वो वाटर के कांटेक्ट में नहीं रहता है, इस वजह से रिएक्शन नहीं हो पाता है। क्यों? क्योंकि वो उस लंप के, उस गुच्छे के अंदर होता है, करेक्ट? बट व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट पाउडर्ड, फाइन पाउडर्ड पार्टिकल्स ऑफ शुगर, तो इसके अंदर हर एक ही जो पार्टिकल्स होते हैं वो पानी के कांटेक्ट में आ सकते हैं, इस वजह से वो रिएक्शन हो सकता है। So the thing is very simple to understand over here. The smaller the size of the particle, the more the rate of reaction will be there. Okay, the next one. आगे देखते हैं। अब बताओ क्या बोला? The particle size decreases, rate of reaction increases. Okay, it's very simple to understand. Let's see आगे। Okay, then the next thing is the concentration of the reactants. So how much is the concentration of the reactant? That is also dependent upon that is also affecting the rate of reaction. Okay, so if you say that you have extremely concentrated hydrochloric acid and you are reacting it with a metal, एक metal के साथ react कर रहे हो, तो जैसे आप extremely concentrated hydrochloric acid के अंदर if you insert एनी मेटेलिक पीस, आप कोई भी एक मेटल का पीस डाल दीजिए। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल चलो हम लोग कॉपर की बात कर लेते हैं। सो इफ यू पुट कॉपर इनसाइड extremely concentrated hydrochloric acid, what will happen is you will see that the copper copper piece of metal will be dissolving just in front of you. आपके ठीक सामने वो क्या हो जाएगा, पूरा डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा, राइट? Why is it? Because the concentration of acid was high. बट अगर आप लोग सोचो वही एसिड में से 10 ml एसिड लेते हो, उसको 90 ml वाटर के साथ मिक्स कर देते हो, तब ये क्या बन जाता है, डाइल्यूट HCl हो जाता है, डाइल्यूट हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड हो जाता है। व्हाई? बिकॉज नाउ द हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड कंटेन्स 10 ml प्योर HCl एज 90 ml वाटर। तो ये दोनों चीज होने के बाद अभी क्या होगा, जब अभी इस सोल्यूशन के अंदर अगर मैंने ये कॉपर के पीस को डाल दिया तो क्या होगा, reaction तो होगा but it will take a lot amount of time. So the more the concentration of the reactant will be, the more the rate of reaction will increase. Okay, so concentration increase होगा तो rate of reaction भी क्या हो जाएगा, increase हो जाएगा। So therefore the proportional part. The next one is nature of reagent. Okay, reagent is something which is responsible for like making two things chemically reacted to each other, right? Okay, so what kind of nature of the reagent is, that also depends, and that also changes the rate of evaporation, sorry, rate of reaction. uh, reagents में हम लोग आगे देखने वाले हैं that there are oxidation reagents and there are reduction agents also. So we'll talk about this in the coming slides as well. Then we have conditions of the reaction. So condition of the reactions mean presence of light or application of heat energy or application of electrical energy. So these are different conditions that can be applied to a chemical reaction. So these are all the factors which affects the rate of reaction as a whole. Sometimes when you talk about reagent, you are also referring to catalysts. What are catalysts? Catalysts are nothing. They are substances, but they are substances which like they don't participate in chemical reaction, but they increase the rate of reaction due to their presence. उसके presence होने की वजह से rate of reaction बढ़ जाता है, but वो chemical reaction को में participate नहीं करता. Okay, so these are all the factors that are affecting the rate of reactions. Okay, आगे देखते हैं. Let's talk about oxidation reaction. Okay, oxidation reaction में हम लोग क्या सीखने को मिलता है. Now by the name itself, it has something to do with oxygen, right? Oxygen से कुछ तो भी लेना देना है, right? So if you see the definition is very easy and quite simple to understand. That in a chemical reaction, whenever addition of oxygen takes place, then that chemical reaction will be called as oxidation reaction. Okay, so let's see. So we have Al, that is aluminium. Aluminium reacts with oxygen to form aluminium oxide. Okay, so the common name for aluminium oxide is what? It is alumina. क्या होगा इसका नाम? Alumina. I'll simply write it so that you can have a note of it. हम लोग इसको क्या कहेंगे? Alumina. We'll call it as alumina. And how did we got Al2O3? That was because of crisscross method, right? हम लोग crisscross method देख लेते हैं. So we have Al over here, and then we have O on the other side, and let's say that the valency for Al, that's aluminium, is +3. How much? It is +3. That's the valency for aluminium, and the valency for oxygen is -2. So once you get these valencies, what you can do is you can simply crisscross it. So what you'll get is Al2O3. That is how you can get the answer, right? Well, the formula will be Al2O3. That will be the formula for alumina or aluminum oxide. Okay, so if you see in this chemical reaction earlier, what would happen is that aluminum didn't have any oxygen material into it, but as soon as it get exposed to oxygen and it reacted with oxygen, now aluminum had been added with oxygen, and therefore this chemical reaction is an example of what? Oxidation reaction. I hope so you have understood it well, and आपको इसमें कुछ भी doubt या confusion नहीं है. आगे देखते हैं, ठीक है? So if you want to balance this chemical reaction, what will happen is, let's see, we have Al. How many aluminum do we have over here? Is only one, and in the product side we have two. So what we'll do is first of all try to like balance this side at the first place. So what we'll do is, so Al, we have 2 over here. So to make this Al2, what we'll do is we'll write 2. So the first place, what we'll do is we'll write 2. So now what we can say is aluminum is 2 on both the side, and we can say that aluminum is balanced, right? So now talking about oxygen. So oxygen is 2 over here and 3 over here. So neither 2 can be converted into 3, neither 3 can be converted into 2. So the next option that we have left with is to find its LCM. What is the LCM of 2 and 3? Yes, you got it right. This is why we have learned LCM in mathematics, because it has application in science as well. Okay, so what is the LCM of 3 and 2? It is 6, correct? So what we need to do is we need to have 6 oxygen on both the sides. So since we have already 2 oxygen over here, so multiplying 2 by which number will we get 6? The answer to this is obvious, it is 3. So what we'll get is over here 3, correct? And if you want, we have 3 oxygen over here already. So converting that into 6 oxygen, what we'll need to do is we'll simply multiply that with 2. So we cannot write 2 over here downwards because we've already used law of constant proportion using the crisscross method. So what we'll do is we'll write 2 over here, correct? So अभी हम लोगों के पास क्या हो जाएगा? यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने क्या लिख दिया? 3 लिखा, and then we have wrote 2. But now what happened is, now since oxygen is balanced, aluminum, which was earlier balanced, now is unbalanced. Why? Because since we have wrote 2 over here, so aluminum is 2 into 2, now 4, and aluminum over here is only 2. So what we'll do is we can simply remove this 2 again and write 4 in place of it. I hope so you have understood it very well. Okay, so this is how balancing takes place for this chemical reaction. So 4 aluminum atoms reacts with 3 oxygen molecules, giving rise to 2 alumina molecules. Okay, this is how the chemical reaction will take place, and this is an example of oxidation reaction. Okay, moving ahead. To write it in very simple form, it is 4Al plus 3O2 gives 2Al2O3. Okay, so chemical reaction in which reactants gain oxygen to form corresponding oxide is known as an oxidation reaction. When we talk about any chemical reaction where addition of oxygen takes place, that chemical reaction will be called as oxidation reaction. Okay, that's very simple to understand, right? Okay, let's see. Now let's talk about this chemical reaction. Okay, so what is happening over here is we have C2H5OH. C2H5OH is nothing but it is ethanol. It is ethanol. It's a kind of an alcohol, and you'll be learning about this in the lesson carbon and its compound. Okay, you have that lesson in your chemistry part. Okay, so we'll be learning about that in great detail. This chemical reaction will be coming in that lesson. So just to have a brief understanding of this reaction, what we'll do is we have ethanol over here, correct? तो यहाँ पे हम लोग के पास ethanol को formula पूरा करना पड़ेगा. यहाँ पे criss cross method नहीं होता है. ये compounds को नाम याद रखने के लिए हम लोग के पास एक complete different strategy होती है जहाँ पे carbon and its compound lesson के अंदर सीखने वाले हो, right? So I simply write the names of these compounds so that you won't get confused. So यहाँ पर हम लोग के पास जो compound है that is nothing but ethanol. It is called as ethanol. C2H5 is ethanol. Okay, and Na is nothing but sodium. It is called as sodium. So once what happen is once these two react together, ethanol and sodium reacts together, what will happen? What will happen is that the sodium, the hydrogen over here, you can see this hydrogen. This hydrogen will be replaced by sodium. Why? Because sodium is more reactive. Okay, so sodium will be reacting over here. Okay, sodium will be reacting with ethanol and will be replacing hydrogen. If you see over here, what you can happen, well, what you can observe is that you have everything which was present in ethanol except for the hydrogen, and now hydrogen is replaced by a sodium atom. Okay, and as a byproduct, what you will get is H2. Now, if you try to balance this chemical equation, you have 2H, right? And you, how many hydrogen you have over here? You have 2, correct? Right? So how can you get 2 over here? So हम लोग यहाँ पे 2 लिख सकते हैं क्या नीचे? Can we write 2 just below H over here? No, right? So what we'll do is we'll write 2 over here. हमने यहाँ पे 2 को लिख देते हैं. Okay, so let's see. So हम लोग के पास यहाँ पे 2 आ गया. इस वजह से हम लोग ने 2 यहाँ पे भी डाल दिया, 2 यहाँ पे भी डाल दिया, 2 यहाँ पे भी डालना पड़ा. So if you see 2 2C2H5O. So you again you have 2C2H5O, and from this 2 hydrogen has been taken out. So that 2 hydrogen is taken out over here, and 2 sodium over here is added with 2C2H5O over here to get sodium ethoxide. हम लोग को यहाँ पे क्या मिलेगा? हम लोग क्या कहते हैं? सोडियम इथॉक्साइड कहते हैं. Okay, so just leave that name for a while. हम यहाँ पे क्या देखते हैं? Now what is happening over here is in this ethanol had hydrogen, but after this chemical reaction has taken place, now this ethanol has lost one hydrogen atom. Now because it has lost one hydrogen atom or zero hydrogen atom, this is also an example of oxidation reaction, because by definition, if we see further, oxidation reaction can also be defined as a reaction in which hydrogen is taken out. Okay, so addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is called as oxidation reaction. Okay, so let's see. So the formula is 2C2H5OH gives 2Na. 2C2H5OH plus 2Na gives 2C2H5 C2H5ONA plus H2. Okay, so this is how like the chemical reaction will take place. And this is ethyl alcohol, which is also called as ethanol. Ethyl alcohol is the common name. the IUPAC name is ethanol. Then you will get that will be reacted with sodium. You will get sodium ethoxide, and you will get hydrogen gas. Okay, so be sure to write the state of matter of each and every chemicals as well. Sodium as a metal will be solid in state. C2H5ONa is also in liquid in state. It's a liquid material, and hydrogen gas is since it is gas, the state of matter over here should be written G, or you can represent it by an upward arrow, and an arrow which is pointing upwards. Okay, so the chemical reaction in which reactant lose hydrogen to form product is also oxidation reaction, right? So we have two definitions for oxidation reaction until now. And the first reaction definition is what? Addition of oxygen, a reaction in which addition of oxygen takes place. The second definition is what? A reaction in which removal of hydrogen or loss of hydrogen takes place. Okay. The third definition for oxidation reaction is lose of electron. So even if a metal lose electron, that will be also called as oxidation reaction. Let us have an example. Okay. Um, so let's say that we have iron over here. Okay. So iron is Fe, correct? So now can Fe Fe can liberate out. वो क्या डालेगा आगे देखो? Fe will give out what? क्या देगा आपको? It can give Fe3 plus. आपको क्या देगा? Fe3 plus. आपको ये याद रखना है कि Fe3 plus ऊपर लिखाएगा. 3 plus जो ऊपर लिखा रहेगा Fe के, ठीक है? And it will give you 3E minus. What is 3 minus? 3 electrons. Now because iron over here is losing 3 electrons to form an ion of positive 3 magnitude. So this reaction over here is also an example of oxidation reaction. Let's have an example, another example. Let's say we have copper, okay? And if copper, due to some reason, it forms iron, so copper will form Cu2 plus, and it will give 2 electrons. Okay, so this reaction over here is also an example of oxidation reaction. Okay, so let us have a summary for oxidation reaction. What are all the different factors that we can see? Okay, either of them should take place so that we can understand. Okay, so it is how can you define oxidation reaction? So you can say addition. You can say addition of oxygen, or see, remember I'm saying or, so it's not necessary that all should take place at once. Either of them should take place. Okay, or removal of hydrogen, or loss or lose of electron. So these are three factors. If either of these can be observed, we can say that the reaction taking place is oxidation reaction. Okay, so it is addition of oxygen, or removal of hydrogen, or loss of or lose of electron. I hope so you have understood oxidation reaction very well till now. Okay. Be sure to ask any doubt if you have any. I'll clear it right away. Okay. आगे देखते हैं. Let's clear this out. Okay, fine. So let's talk about more further. Let's talk about reduction reaction. Okay, that was all about oxidation. Now we'll be talking about reduction reaction. Okay, what is reduction reaction? Let's see. So let us have an example. C plus H gives CH4. This is a chemical reaction which leads to the formation of methane gas. C is carbon, H is for hydrogen, and CH4 is for methane, correct? So now to have a proper balanced chemical equation, what we can have is we can write H is never present as a single atom in atmosphere. It is rather present as in its molecular form, because we know that hydrogen is diatomic molecule. It means in one molecule it contains two atoms. That is why I can change it downwards, right? Now, if you try to balance this chemical equation, what you get is that carbon on one side is only 1 and the other side is also 1, so we can say that carbon is already balanced. When you talk about hydrogen, hydrogen is 2 on one side and 4 on the other side, so hydrogen is unbalanced. To make this 2 hydrogen into 4, what we can do is we can simply write 2 just beside it. We cannot write 4 any downwards any longer, because we know that hydrogen is diatomic molecule. So that is why what we can do is we can simply write 2 over here. This makes hydrogen 2 into 2, 4 in the reactant side as well as 4 hydrogen in the product side. Okay, this is how we can get the balanced chemical equation. And this CH4 is nothing but it is methane. क्या कौन सा गैस है? Methane gas. It's methane. METHAN. Methane. Okay, so that is methane gas. Okay, that is methane gas. So let's see. आगे देखते हैं. So carbon reacts with hydrogen, it gives you methane. Okay. So the chemical reaction in which reactants gain hydrogen is known as reduction reaction. Okay. So this is quite opposite to oxidation reaction, where oxidation reaction was taking place when loss of hydrogen was taking place. But in reduction reaction, what is happening is it is taking place when addition of hydrogen is taking place. This chemical reaction will be called as a reduction reaction. Okay. Moving on, आगे देखते हैं. Let's take another example. So if O3 is nothing but ozone. Okay, so ozone on like action of ultraviolet radiation, it gets split into oxygen molecule and oxygen atom, which is also called as nascent oxygen. Okay, so we have ozone, we have oxygen, and we have nascent oxygen. Okay, so nascent oxygen is only like present in very rare conditions. So we don't like usually refer to this oxygen most of all. Okay, so most of all, whenever we say oxygen, it is O2, not the nascent oxygen. Okay, so by the action of UV, so there is a condition that is to be mentioned to be here. So the condition over here is what? Action of UV. So that is why I'm writing UV over here. So ozone, on the action of UV radiation, it gets split into oxygen and nascent oxygen, correct? Okay. So now what is happening is, over here, in this molecule, how many oxygen did we had? We had 3 oxygen, correct? 3 oxygen atoms. Now, but later what happened is, due to its decomposition, it lost 1 oxygen. Now this is an example of loss of oxygen, and therefore this is also an example of reduction reaction, because by its next definition, we can say that a chemical reaction in which oxygen is removed out, that reaction will be also called as reduction reaction. So see, the chemical reaction in which reactants lose oxygen to form product is also reduction reaction. So it is either addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. They both are reduction reaction. One more definition for you people. If you talk about electrons, अगर आप electrons के बारे में बात करोगे, तो there are few cases where there is gain of electron. So in chemical reaction where gain of electron takes place, at that time also the reduction reaction takes place. How? Let's say, for example, oxygen. Okay, so when you have oxygen, and oxygen to complete its valency takes 2 electrons. कितने electrons लेगा वो? It takes 2 electrons. And after taking 2 electrons, what will happen is it will form an ion of O2 minus, correct? So now over here in this case, what is happening is it is taking electrons. Oxygen is taking electrons. So since it is taking electron, it is forming negative ion. This reaction is also an example of reduction reaction. Let me give you another example. Let's talk about nitrogen gas. Okay, let's talk about nitrogen gas. Okay, so let's have nitrogen. If we talk about nitrogen but doesn't mix any ion. Let me take a thing for another example. Okay, let's take an example of sulfur. Okay, so if we talk about sulfur also takes 2 electrons. So कितने electrons लेगा? 2 electrons लेता है, and that also leads to the formation of what? It leads to the formation of S2 minus. Okay, S2 minus. Okay, so this is also an example of what? Reduction reaction. Let's talk about chlorine. So if we talk about chlorine takes only 1 electron, so 2 Cl plus E minus, and because it takes only 1 electron, its charge will be what? Cl minus, correct? Okay, so this one is also an example of what? Reduction reaction. So to have a like summary of what is reduction reaction, I'll just write it down for you so that you can note it down. What is reduction reaction? So we'll write reduction reaction. So reduction reaction can be defined as, it can be defined as addition of hydrogen, addition of hydrogen, or or it can be removal, or it can be of oxygen removal of oxygen, or it can be removal of or loss of electron electrons. Okay, so this is how we can like um, define redox reaction, right? I hope so you have understood it well and you have no doubt or confusion regarding it. आप इसमें कुछ भी doubt or confusion I hope so शायद से नहीं होगा, right? Okay, so these are the three ways how we can define reduction reaction. It is addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen or removal of electrons. हाँ ओके हाँ
सर
जानवी, हाँ हाँ गॉट इट थैंक यू जानवी। यहाँ पे मैंने एक मिस्टेक कर दिया है, मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन किया कि यहाँ पे रिमूव इलेक्ट्रॉन में क्या आता है, यहाँ पे एडिशन, सॉरी फॉर दैट यहाँ पे क्या आएगा एडिशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हो जाएगा, क्या हो जाएगा एडिशन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन। So how can you define reduction reaction? It is addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen or addition of electrons. Okay, so this is how the three ways we can define reduction reaction. To identify any chemical reaction, whether reduction is taking place or not, you will be finding for either of these three conditions. ये इन तीनों में से कुछ हो रहा है या नहीं. Okay, I hope so you got it very well. Let's move further. Okay, और आगे बढ़ते देखते हैं. Now let's talk about the redox reaction. Okay, by the name itself, we can know that it's a reaction in which reduction as well as oxidation is taking place. Okay, so those two reactions, those two chemical reactions should be taking place simultaneously in a single chemical reaction. Then that chemical reaction will be called as redox reaction. Okay, let's see what is a redox reaction. So red and ox. Okay, so red, no, it doesn't mean so red ox. Red ox मतलब लाल बुल ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता, लाल साड़ नहीं होगा. Okay, it means, what does it means is it is an chemical reaction where reduction and oxidation is taking place simultaneously. Okay, so let's talk about redox reaction again. Okay, so let us say that we have BaSO4 plus carbon. So BaSO4 is nothing but it is barium sulfate. It is barium sulfate. Barium sulfate is getting reacted with carbon. Okay. Now what you will get is BaS plus CO. Okay. Now let us try to understand what is happening over here. Okay. हम यहाँ पे देखते हैं, ठीक है. हम लोग एक बैलेंसिंग बाद में देखेंगे, पर हम लोग ये सीख लेते हैं कि हम लोग क्या सीखने को मिलता है यहाँ पे, देखते हैं. So let us talk about barium sulfate at the first place. Okay, बेरियम सल्फेट के बारे में सबसे पहले बात कर लेते हैं. तो बेरियम सल्फेट की केस में क्या हो रहा है पता है, एक मिनट, ये बेरियम सल्फेट के केस में क्या हो रहा है पता है. इफ यू सी बेरियम सल्फेट, यू टेल मी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग ओवर हियर. इज देयर लॉस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, gain of oxygen, loss of hydrogen, gain of hydrogen? What is happening over here? So earlier what was there is barium
सब
sulfate.
ऑक्सीजन
Barium sulfate was having oxygen, correct? Okay, now later on it is no longer having any oxygen. Now what is happening over here is it is losing oxygen, and the reaction in which loss of oxygen is taking place, that is called as reduction reaction. So in this place what is happening is reduction is taking place. क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे, reduction हो रहा है. Okay, okay, so there is loss of oxygen and therefore the reaction taking place for barium sulfate is what it is, reduction reaction. So let's talk about carbon over here. Okay, अभी हम लोग कार्बन के बारे में बात करते हैं. So in case of carbon, what is there? Earlier carbon didn't have any oxygen, but now oxygen has been added to it, right? Now because oxygen had been added to it, what we can say that this chemical reaction taking place is oxidation reaction. If you can see, both chemical reactions, reduction as well as oxidation, is like happening simultaneously in a single chemical reaction. This chemical reaction is an example of redox reaction. I hope so you have understood it very well. Okay, let's see more further detail में. Let us try to like balance the chemical equation. So since we have 4 oxygen in this place, हमारे पास अभी 4 oxygen है, so we need to like make this single oxygen into 4 oxygen as well. So what we can do is we can simply write 4 over here, right? So writing 4 just beside it has effects on carbon also. So earlier carbon which was balanced, now it became unbalanced because we have 4 over here and 1 only over here. So what we can do is we can simply write 4 in its just besides it. So we have 4 carbon over here, correct? So rest, if you see, everything remains the same. So that is the balanced chemical equation, and we've already seen that BaSO4 is getting converted to BaS, and that reaction is nothing but reduction reaction. Why? Because O2 is lost. Okay, and moving on further, we talk about carbon. So carbon is gaining oxygen, and that is what that is oxidation reaction because O2 is added, right? So these are all and this is an example of reduction reaction. यहाँ पे किसने तो भी बोला है कि ये तो जानवी सिंह सर ये तो डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन जैसा हो गया, बट द थिंग इज डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन में हमने क्या देखा था कि यहाँ पे दोनों साइड में क्या होगा, मेटल होगा. यहाँ पे कार्बन की जगह भी क्या होना चाहिए था, मेटल होना चाहिए था, और यहाँ पे बेरियम तो मेटल है ही, तो ये मेटल को रिप्लेस करने के लिए कोई दूसरा हाईली रिएक्टिव मेटल होता तो हम उसको क्या कहते हैं, डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन कहते हैं. इस केस में डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन है. So the doubt is clear right now, right? So we were talking about that this is an example of reduction reaction, and I hope so you have understood this reaction and how we can identify given reaction whether it is redox or not. Okay, आगे देखते हैं. Let's see. So BaSO4 is changing to BaS. So oxygen is being removed from BaSO4. Okay, barium sulfate is being reduced to barium sulfide. This is how we can say it in terms of sentence. Okay, then we have C is changing to CO. So we can say oxygen is being added to carbon, and we can say carbon is being oxidized to carbon monoxide. Okay, why monoxide? Because we have only one oxygen combined to one carbon, so that will be called as carbon monoxide. Okay, moving ahead, आगे देखते हैं अभी हम लोग. So what will be there is, so again BaSO4 gives oxygen for oxidation, so therefore that will be called as oxidizing agent. So यहाँ पे आप लोग को एक चीज समझना थोड़ा important और जरूरी है, that the that the material or the compound which is itself going oxidation reaction will be called as oxidizing agent, right? Yes or no? And the substance which gives oxygen for oxidation is called as oxidizing agent. It's like very simple to understand. The substance which gives oxygen for oxidation is called as oxidizing agent. Okay. C removes oxygen, right? C oxygen को इसमें से ले रहा है, right? It is taking out oxygen from barium sulfate, right? Yes or no? So therefore, what we can say is C is a reducing agent. It will be called as a reducing agent, and the definition for reducing agent will be what? The substance which removes oxygen is called as oxidizing agent. I hope so it is very much easy for you to understand. So these are definitions for oxidizing agents and reducing agents. I hope so there should be no doubt or confusion for you people to understand these things, right? We'll be having more examples to understand it very much more in detail. Okay, so let us have another example. So we have copper oxide plus hydrogen. So once we have these two together, when these two chemicals will be reacting together, what we can get is we can get Cu plus H2O. Okay, so in this case, if we try to balance this, if we see whether it is balanced or not, so one copper in this side, one copper in this side, copper is balanced, one oxygen in this side, one oxygen in this side, oxygen is balanced, hydrogen, two in this side, two in this side, so hydrogen is also balanced. So this chemical reaction becomes a self-balanced chemical equation. We don't need to balance it anymore. Okay, and let's talk about this. Now if we talk about this part, okay, so what is happening over here? There is loss of oxygen, yes or no? Copper oxide was having oxygen at the first place. Now after the reaction has taken place, there is no more oxygen with copper. So that is why we can say that copper is losing oxygen. This reaction is a reduction reaction. Why? Because it is loss of oxygen, right? So O2 is lost, so that is this is a reduction reaction. On the other hand, if we talk about hydrogen, so hydrogen is added with oxygen, and therefore this will be an example of oxidation reaction, right? So this is since both chemical reactions is taking place in this single chemical reaction, what we can say is this is also an example of redox reaction. Okay, so we have loss of oxygen, that is reduction, and addition of oxygen, that is oxidation. Okay, so now you tell me, because of whom hydrogen is getting oxygen? Who is giving oxygen to hydrogen? It is copper oxide, correct? So now what will happen is we'll say that that this copper oxide, which itself is going reduction, that will be oxidizing agent. So this might be a bit confusing to you people, क्योंकि यहाँ पे ऑक्सीडाइजिंग रिडक्शन रिडक्शन ऑक्सीडाइजिंग सब मिक्सअप हो जाएगा. बट आप इस चीज को अच्छे तरीके से देखो दैट बाय डेफिनेशन हाउ what are all those what are those molecule called who gives oxygen, जो ऑक्सीजन देता है ऑक्सीडेशन के लिए उस हम क्या कहेंगे ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट. So since hydrogen is getting oxygen from copper oxide will be called as oxidizing agent. Okay, now who is taking oxygen? So hydrogen is taking oxygen, correct? Yes or no? Since hydrogen is taking oxygen, hydrogen will be called as reducing agent. It will be called as reducing agent. Okay, so this is how we can understand it. The compound which gives oxygen for oxidation and itself undergoing reduction, that will be called as oxidizing agent, and the compounder element which is taking oxygen from someone else and itself undergoing oxidation will be called as reducing agent. Okay, I hope so you have understood it well. Pratap is saying, sir, um, 2 is valency which got crisscross with hydrogen. Yes, और उसके साथ crisscross हो चुका है, इस वजह से वो सेम नंबर हम लोग को मिल चुका है, राइट? H का 1 होता है, O का 2 होगा, so H2 ऐसा बन जाता है हम लोग के पास. Let's move ahead, आगे देखते हैं. So Cu is changing to Cu. So what you can say is oxygen is being removed from CuO. Okay, and copper. What we can say is copper oxide is being reduced to copper. Copper oxide किसमें reduce हो गया? वो copper में reduced हो गया because there is reduction reaction taking place. Okay, and H2 is changing to H2O. So H2 किसमें convert हो रहा है? H2O में. So what we can say is oxygen is being added to hydrogen, right? And therefore we can say is hydrogen is being oxidized to water, correct? So this was how we can identify redox reaction very well, right? Some question asked by someone. In reduction, you have written O2, but there is only CuO. Acha, okay, so the balance, it is not balanced. अथर्व, अच्छा आप यहाँ पे ये वाला बोल रहे हो O2 की बात कर रहे हो. ओके, यहाँ पे O2 का मतलब बोलने का मतलब ये है कि ऑक्सीजन इज नॉट जस्ट O2. हम लोग O2 नहीं, नॉट एग्जैक्टली O2 2 मॉलिक्यूल ऑफ O2, इट इज एक्चुअली ऑक्सीजन. ओके, अब सबको समझ में आया होगा. ठीक है, सो इट्स नॉट एग्जैक्टली टू ऑक्सीजन, इट इज लाइक इट इज मेंट टू से दैट ऑक्सीजन को लेके जा रहा है वो. ठीक है, आगे देखते हैं. लेट्स मूव ऑन, आगे देखते हैं. लेट्स टेक एन अदर एग्जांपल. ओके, so इसमें oxidizing agent कौन सा रहेगा? We've already talked about that. Oxidizing agent will be copper oxide. Why? Because that is giving hydrogen to that is giving oxygen to hydrogen, correct? So CuO will be called as the oxidizing agent. CuO gives oxygen for oxidation, therefore that will be called as oxidizing agent. Okay, then when we talk about reducing agent, the substance which is taking oxygen from another molecule, that is hydrogen, so that will be called as reducing agent. Um, it is taking oxygen from copper oxide, right? That is why it will be called as reducing agent. I hope so this not any more confusing to you people, right? Okay, let's see. Let's have another example. Okay, so this is chemical equation. where hydrogen sulfide gas H2S gas is being reacted with it's being reacted with chlorine gas, and you're getting sulfur along with hydrochloric acid. Okay, so now let us see whether it is balanced or not. So uh, seeing hydrogen at the first place, we have two hydrogen in the LHS and only one in the RHS. So what we can do is we can simply put two over here to make hydrogen balance in both the sides, right? So what we can do is we can simply, अच्छा यहाँ पे मैं लिख के रख देता हूँ so that we might not have any doubt or confusion. So we have two HCl over here. Now let us compare sulfur. So sulfur over here is only one, and in the RHS also we have only one. So sulfur is balanced. Chlorine we have two, and chlorine we have two into one. How much? Two. So chlorine is also two. So what we can say is that chemical equation has been balanced. Okay. So in this chemical equation, what is happening is sulfur earlier had hydrogen with it, right? Now it doesn't have any more hydrogen. So this is removal of hydrogen. So removal of hydrogen is an example of which reaction? It is an example of oxidation reaction, right? Okay. Okay. So what we can say is this is an example of which reaction? Oxidation reaction, right? Okay, let's see. So loss of H2, okay, loss of H2, and therefore this reaction will be called as oxidation reaction. But if you talk about chlorine, chlorine earlier didn't have any hydrogen, but now it has hydrogen itself. So this is addition of hydrogen, and therefore this will be called as reduction reaction because addition of hydrogen is taking place, correct? Also, you're getting the point, right? This is how we can understand whether a given reaction is a Redox reaction or not, correct? Now, since since H2S is undergoing oxidation, it it itself will be what? A reducing agent. Why? Because it is giving hydrogen to someone else. Since it is giving hydrogen to someone else, it will be called as reducing agent. So I'll simply mark it over here so that you can have a good understanding of it. So we have H2, and H2 will be called as a reducing agent. It is like quite opposite to what is happening to itself, right? उसको क्या वो खुद क्या हो रहा है ऑक्सीडाइज हो रहा है तो वो क्या कौन सा एजेंट बनेगा रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट अगर वो खुद ऑक्सीडाइज हो रहा है तो उसका अपोजिट एजेंट वो बन जाएगा समझ में आ रहा है so because it itself is undergoing oxidation, it will be called as a reducing agent. Why? Because it is giving hydrogen to someone else. Okay. And when you talk about chlorine, in case of chlorine, what is happening is now chlorine is taking hydrogen and itself is undergoing reduction reaction, and therefore it will be called as an oxidizing agent. क्या कहेंगे इसको हम लोग? Oxidizing agent कहेंगे. Okay, I hope so. Things are much clear now. आप इसको कैसे याद रखोगे? जो खुद ऑक्सीडेशन रिएक्शन करता है उसको हम लोग क्या कहेंगे? रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट कहेंगे, और जो खुद रिडक्शन रिएक्शन करता है उसको हम लोग क्या कहेंगे? ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट कहेंगे. Okay, so this is how you can identify it. So what we can say? Substance oxidized. कौन oxidized हो रहा है यहाँ पे? It is sulfur which is getting oxidized. Why? Because it is losing hydrogen. So what we can say is H2S is getting oxidized. So substance reduced. Which one is getting reduced? So chlorine. Why? Because addition of hydrogen is taking place. So Cl2 is getting reduced. Then oxidizing agent. Which is the oxidizing agent? It is Cl2 again. So the substance which removes hydrogen is called as an oxidizing agent. So you have again Cl2. If you talk about reducing agent, it is nothing but H2S gas. Why? Because it is giving hydrogen. So what we can say is the substance which gives hydrogen for reduction is called as a reducing agent. So H2S will be the reducing agent. Okay, I hope so you have understood well. आगे देखते हैं अभी हम लोग. We'll remove these annotations and we'll move ahead further. Okay, now that's all for today. आज हम लोग बस इतना ही करेंगे. Okay, fine. So most of the students have already said that they have understood each and everything from my lecture. I hope so that's true. Thanks for joining the lecture, and please be regular the way you are still now. And we might be completing most of the chapters in this way only. We'll meet you soon. Take care. Bye.